It's a beautiful Lord's Day, and I am having a chance to try and make, hopefully, some beautiful cuts on some wood that will become a beautiful bookcase system. So, this is the single shelf section, and I'm just cut this plywood piece for its top that is supposed to be like this one. Very happy with how this small shelf build turned out. I think it's not only really solid, but very straight, even, and very glad for the chance to have done this project, because these are some of the, it might not be saying much, but these are some of the best cuts I've ever done in terms of consistency, and it's been tremendous practice. At this point, I need to get this down. I think it's like, I'm gonna measure a couple times, but this piece is 31 and something. And so I've got to cut this down to that. I've got the depth dimension correct, and so we get the length distance correct, and that one will be ready to fasten down. And then we've got this scrap that was not quite big enough for two 11-inch cuts, 11 and an 1/8, 11th and a 16th. It's almost exactly 22 inches, so I can only really get one cut out of it that I need, but we're going to get that to go on top of this one. Back to it. This might be the last cut for the floor base, right there. The cut is done. It could not have been better on the cut line. The kerf was perfect. And all right, there it is. Yeah, it is very, very nice. With this back,
I think they both kind of come forward.
yeah, that's it. I don't think you could possibly get that seam any better. Blessed and grateful. That's great. Well, the library shelving bases are done. There's the long one. Here are the two shorter ones. They're actually ready to put into place. We may cut some wedges so that when this is there's an angle off here for one of them, and there's an angle off here for one of them. We can cut wedges that can be tied in, and that can stabilize it even more. I don't think they're going to tie it into the floor itself, maybe just the walls. Very, very satisfying. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Dry cloth, wet cloth, and now poly. Here we go. It's a nice comparison here. This was pretty white before this goes on, and it looks like it's really pulling the dark out of the wood. We'll see how it dries. This is the first coat of at least two, I guess. The method of choice here is the water-based fast-drying polyurethane semi-gloss, because it's going to go with this heavy-duty floor sealer. And a couple of coats and a day or so to dry, then we'll see what we can do with this. For lack of a better term, we'll call these the backsplash pieces. They are now wiped clean, kind of edges broken with a little sandpaper. Make sure there's no splinters off of it. Cut to size, except for the one that's going to go on this wall. It's just cut inside that gray panel so that we can finish this out to the 1.5 inches past the edge and mount the 1.5 inch down piece, and then finalize the cut to make sure it's nice and flush. And looks like the poly is taken pretty well. We're going to do the second coat in probably 20 minutes or so. I could list
all of the things that I did not get done this year. I could list the things that were disappointments this year, like thinking that I had an accountant set up that was going to help me get the business really going, and finding out that they couldn't even get my taxes done, much less set up the accountancy. I could list uh, things that I wish had turned out differently at work. And I could list people I should have contacted, people I should have spent more time with, all of that. But I'm not going to do that any more than I already have, just to say I'm blessed and grateful for 2025 and very hopeful for the new year. And I hope that you have great prospects in the new year as well. It's a different start. You usually feel really strongly, oh, I got to make a good start. I got to do something on the first. I actually came home from my trip sick, and I laid in bed for 2 days and pretty much did nothing except catch up on some TV series and read some books and stuff like that. And that was okay too. I don't have a good ending to the video of the stuff that I was making because, as the title of today's episode says, it's not done yet. And that's also okay, because it was an incredible privilege and just a load of fun, and also a great learning experience to get to do what I did. And I'm looking forward to seeing the final results, and maybe, depending on the timing and what they're able to do with their schedules, maybe even get to be involved in finishing things out if a vacation break makes that possible. Well, I'm so glad for the stuff that I got to do when I was with my daughter and her husband and their kids and my other daughter. And most of what I got to do was just spend time with them. And I'm just really so glad for that. And then got to work on some stuff. I did not get to work on a bunch of stuff on the car that I was going to do in the warm weather, because I got to spend time with them. I'll work on the car up here. Thank you very much for everybody who's taken time to watch videos this past year or two, and everybody that's subscribed and all that kind of thing. What a blessing to be able to celebrate 1 year of being debt free in August, and to still have that blessing to have been able to ride out, even getting a new vehicle and some other challenges, like a damaged laser cutter that I haven't yet replaced but will, and still be able to be living debt free. It's incredible. And if for no other reason than that, the obviously not great professional fancy groundbreaking videos that I've been doing the past couple of years have been worth it. And again, so grateful for everybody that's taking time to watch. I'm not making any money from YouTube on it yet, but that doesn't matter. It's been such a motivational help to me to keep making steady progress. And if the only thing that came out of it was I got my head centered towards getting the debt paid off, then what an incredible blessing. I there's no way to describe the difference in life. The reduced stress and all kinds of things that I just I just have to be thankful to the Lord every single day for that. But that's not the only blessing that comes out of it, because one of the things that was so great about being with the kids, my goodness, getting down on the floor and playing with Liam and Millie, and just seeing the way that Hannah and William and Sierra have been such great teachers to their kids. Aunt Cece is a wonder, and Hannah and William are a great team, and their kids are brilliant, and they're learning so much, so well, so fast, and it was so great to get to be there. But beyond that ramble there, um, even if the only thing that came out of the last couple years of videos was that I got to make really accurate cuts and make those platforms for William's tools drawers and shelves and Hannah's bookshelves. I mean, it was totally worth it all the time, all the energy. It was so satisfying to make those cuts. And, you know, a master craftsman do it in like a tenth of the time that it took me, I'm sure. Um, but to make those cuts and know that they're part of things that really matter to them, workshop and library, yeah, it's just been so great to have been making the videos, because that put me in a position to be able to do that. There are a lot of big projects that could be done this year, a lot of learning that I could undertake this year. And then there are a lot of little details that also I could work on this year. And I'm glad for anybody that wants to take a little time to come along and see what's going on. And love to know what you're doing, and maybe I could be an encouragement to you, as so many of you have been an encouragement to me. Thank you once again, and I hope you have a great new year. Blessed and grateful on Debt End Street.